Hello, my name is Brant, and I am going to talk about an issue today. It's been a while since I've been on iMovie, and I wanted to talk about these things today since I was just thinking and riding around the day in the morning and seeing things, and just kind of pertinent me to get this subject to talk about the subject, which most people don't know or have no concept of. The issue is simply called self-government, and the problem is simply is that most people don't understand it, have no idea what it means, or they have always thought that this is the way life has always been. That is the way we live today with a form of government that's always been in power in some way or not. And that's not true. But anyway, let me just talk about self-government. Self-government itself is simply is you take responsibility. Think about that now. You take responsibility to self-govern yourself. And if we had this concept and we understood it clearly, we would need no form of government, period, in our society. We wouldn't. Because we do no harm. We wouldn't do everything to steal, cheat, hurt others, that type of thing. The rule of self-government simply means I'm taking responsibility for my actions and my reactions and how I treat people. And self-govern means, hey, I'm going to take responsibility. I'm going to treat other human beings the way I want to be treated. Now think about that. Look around you. Think about what's going on with the issue that's going on, how we, in our society, how we treat children. And how we use them. And how we talk to them. You wonder why they struggle is because of how we treat them. You see, I can go down here in my street and I can see a lady, a so-called mother, who basically treats her children like dirt. Like dirt. Uses all kinds of filthy language to them. And thinks that's okay because that's what she grew up with herself. So she hasn't learned anything. All she's done is simply is to do what was done to her. Part of responsibility in our lives is to grow up. And growing up means simply we don't treat people. We may not be treated the way we were when we were as kids ourselves, but it means that we move along, we move away from what we've been taught, especially the things that can do damage to ourselves and to others. The concept is simply is like I think I heard about this, and I'm getting older, so I'm 59 years old, and people talk about something called date rape. Date rape? What's going on here? Why is this being propagated? Why is this being encouraged in our world? Or either it's being talked about? That concept, when I was dating someone in my college years, and I dated quite a few ladies in my college years, and that concept never came in my mind. It just never did. Maybe it was because I grew up a different background, but I treated them with respect. What do you mean by respect? Well, treat them by their name. Open the door. Listen to them. Agree or disagree with them, what their concepts were, or what their beliefs were. mind you that I was, you know, my college ages, I was still immature in a lot of ways even then, and knowing how to uh, choose someone for a mate. And but the deep down point here simply is to govern yourself. Um, and I don't see that um, anywhere. Um, it's just respecting people, you know, older people, um, females, males, but all that's gone. If it is gone, I mean, if there is anything out there, it's the minority. I mean, it's a tiny minority. And once our generation passes away, that grew up in the '60s and '50s, there are going to be less and less people who see any type of positive ways of treating one another. Why do you think that we've gone from this thinking of I want things from other people, but you got to give it to me, or like for example, I myself, I don't have any insurance. I don't want insurance. I take responsibility for my health. And so that means I take time. And you have that ability to do that now over the internet with YouTube videos, communicating through such people as Dr. Robert Morse, who does herbs. There's others out there. If I can think of her name, is Dr. Sherry Rogers, who has a different perspective and how to do it, and treating yourself and trying to be healthy. If we don't have a health, folks, we really don't have much there. But that's just one thing. I'm kind of getting off of a tangent here, but what I want to say simply is you need to take responsibility for your lives. The concept simply is, oh, the government has to do everything for us. In reality, simply is the government doesn't have to do everything for us. See, that's what we've done. We forfeit our right to be self-governed. So we gave it to somebody else. And they tax us for that. And they steal from us, too, in that regard. Anyway, I'm just kind of rambling. Maybe we'll get back to this a little bit more. We might talk about Lysander Spooner, who talks about this in the late 1800s. There hasn't been really anybody since him that really deals with this issue of self-government or self-government. The other thing I was going to say simply is I just forgot. Just thought I was about to forget is morals. It's just simply treat people like you want to be treated. Now, if someone does you wrong, that does not mean you're obligated to be with them again. That's a warning. You burn me one time, but that's your fault. But then you burn me twice. It's my fault. It's my responsibility. Anyway, I hope that you enjoy this, and let me know if you want to hear more. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.